Hello everybody, welcome to my first reactions to every show this season. I did this last season. Really quickly, I need to talk about the shows I can't talk about. That is the new Major season, the new Yu-Gi-Oh!, Kingdom, Shin Sakura, and the new Food Wars, since I'm not caught up in any of those to watch them. Last season was pretty good in my opinion, so I'm hoping this season can bring me some more enjoyment. Alright, let's start this. So this is the collaboration between Crunchyroll and Webtoons that I've been hearing so much about. Rachel, can you tell me what you think about this? Why am I not even surprised anymore? So Tower of God is about a boy named Bam who needs to climb this massive tower in order to see his friend Rachel again. So I never read any webtoons, let alone Tower of God, so I know nothing about this. So the hype for this show completely went over my head. I mean, the art and animation is pretty good and the story has potential. I particularly love the characters since they all seem to be pretty unique, especially that crocodile dinosaur looking thing. But the hype for this show is annoying. Also, try to avoid those people who have read the webtoons because some did spoil the show. I enjoy the concept of a webtoons being made into an actual anime, but we will have to see if this works out. For now though, Tower of God is a pretty good show. Cute girls, baseball. That's pretty much all you need to know. A main MC is a baseball fanatic that can also throw a curveball that'll make any pitcher impressed. She had a friend who is a catcher that she meets back up with, and the baseball club is on hiatus. If you can ignore the art, in this one scene of them practicing with CGI that reminded me of an idol show concert, it should be a fun cute girls and sports show. I'm getting tired of this, bro. Okay, isekai show. Yay! I mean, the art and animation looks good, which is the main reason I'm not just straight up dropping this. I did enjoy the backstory as well, but we all know that this interesting backstory won't last long and he's just gonna get a harem later on. Look, I have my hopes for a good story. It's got potential to be really great, but at the same time, from the OP to the few scenes we have where the MC is an adult, it looks like it's just gonna be a normal isekai. Be a generic isekai, I dare you. I triple dog dare you to be a generic isekai. Coming from the studio Agemizawa is Kakushigoto, a story of a manga artist and his daughter. The manga artist hides the fact that he is a manga artist because he made some ecchi stuff. Meanwhile, the skirt is precious. Seriously, look at this. Anime about to make me get kids if they can be this cute. This is your wholesome show of the season. It's good looking, makes you laugh, and will probably make you cry down the road. A depressing turn usually happens in shows like these. This show is extremely boom or bust. You'll either love it or hate it. It mostly comes down to how you feel about the MC Minari. You will either find her energetic and funny, or just plain annoying. Me personally, as you can see, it was a bust for me. It took me a bit to piece together what was going on, but this is a radio anime. She's a radio host. I liked the animation, but that was really the only thing I liked. The show's humor got extremely old to me. Very loud, very energetic. Not even a 2012 PewDiePie Let's Play video can compare to how in-your-face this comedy is. It works for some people, but there's a little bit too much marshmallows in my Lucky Charms for me. Do you want to see a show I am excited about? Well, here it is. In the Renaissance era, meet Arte, a young 15-year-old noble girl who wants to be an artist. However, her love for art gets rejected by her mother and she can't find a job because no one wants to hire a girl. So she rejects being a woman and becomes this dude's disciple. This show looks really promising both art and story-wise. It's actually a show that doesn't shove its morals or political agendas down your throat, which is surprising considering you know who is licensing this. I really hope it doesn't become like that down the road because it is really good at the moment. This show is about Japanese authors fighting these monsters that want to destroy literature. I enjoy the characters and the fight scene, plus the animation looks pretty good as well, but since I'm American, the story and characters may get a little confusing. Depending on how far they go with this, I might get too confused. That is the only reason I'm hesitant to watch the series. If you know Japanese literature and authors, then you may enjoy the show, but for someone like me who doesn't, then the story may fly over your head a little bit. Also know this isn't Bungou stray dogs. Just because they have the same word in the title doesn't mean they're related. Yes, they both have to do with Japanese authors, so I can kinda understand where it comes from, and I'm pretty sure some characters are the same, but don't compare them. You'd be setting unreal expectations for a video game adaptation. God dang it, here we go again, Mappa. Is what you expected me to say, huh? Yeah, nah. Not today. The director's the dude from Ajin, meaning we have the good side of CGI anime. And man, is this show pretty great. Sure, the animation looks a little weird during the fight scene, but besides that, it doesn't look half bad. The story is a little bit too deep to talk about right now, but to put it in simple terms, there are these monsters, and these people who have headphone jacks in them essentially, and they use the power of music to beat the monsters. There are music references everywhere. Also, there are these sexual misunderstanding jokes as well. They're also like all over the place. A little bit of a weird choice, but anyway, I really hope this turns out to be good. Also, would we consider this a mecha series since they do kinda have like a robot thing going on? A mecha show in 2020 that's not a sequel? What the hell am I watching? No, seriously. What the hell am I watching? Words can't describe this show. It is above that. So there's this girl with a dinosaur, and that's it. If it was just that, I wouldn't be confused. Then they pulled a beat switch on us. They pulled a whole sicko mode on us and turned it into a live action show with a middle-aged man. I'm not joking, I've never seen this done before. The only thing that made me laugh was when they used that air horn sound effect. They also used a lightsaber one as well. Besides that, I was just more shocked that this exists. This little review doesn't do the show justice. You have to watch the first episode so you can understand why it's so hard to talk about as a show. I just can't see this being entertaining after the first episode because the shock factor is gone.
Dinosaurs.
This is a strange show. I really don't have much of an opinion on it. A kid can turn himself into a monster, he then meets a girl, the girl has a coin. We learn there are more people like our main MC who can turn themselves into monsters. They are all fighting for the coin. Girl turns out to be crazy, and let the edginess begin. The animation was pretty good, especially during the opening shots, and the MC has a good sense of smell and is voiced by the same guy who voiced Tanjiro. Don't you love how things work out? Besides that, the show is meh. Even during the almost rape scene, it felt inoffensive and forgettable to me. Like, wow, you almost raped a woman? It's also got this edgy and serious tone, but also shows panty shots left and right. How am I supposed to feel here? It just seems to be edgy for the sake of being edgy, which I can be a fan of if it doesn't get in the way of story. I have seen Darwin's Game all the way through, so I can handle edginess. I'll see where this goes from here. I just hope it works out because damn, this animation and art is cool. I mean, look at the dog. The dog is terrifying. I'm surprised this got a season 2 already. This is amazing. In a year where we're bound to get a lot of sequels, I wouldn't sleep on Butsukai here. It is one of the better isekais out there at the moment, and we seem to be continuing on where we left off. If you haven't watched season 1 yet, I recommend you do so, as it's a very fun isekai with great story and characters. As long as this continues on with what season 1 did, it should be fine. Speaking of isekai, here is some more isekai. I wonder how many times I can say isekai in this video. So a 17-year-old otaku nerd girl ends up getting transported into the world of her favorite out-tone game as the villainess. The villainess always gets exiled or killed in the end, so she needs to try and find a route where she isn't killed or exiled. With that, and its pretty good animation and characters, you got yourself a pretty good isekai mixed with a little bit of fruit baskets as well. It's a pretty interesting show, and it should be a fun watch. I especially enjoy the OP where it kinda sounds like an opera singer singing it. Like, am I listening to an anime OP or a Renee Fleming song? Also, we haven't found out how this girl died yet, so maybe this can be a revolutionary isekai where the MC somehow doesn't die by a vehicle or some killer. We can only hope. Jesus, another fantasy anime. Anyway, this one is about 5 girls. Purple Hair wants our main MC to become the president of their adventure company because the former one bounced. No. Wait, what? Oh, okay. So I just got intel that you are actually a boy, and you are also a boy. Well, 2 traps in one show.
Prepare for trouble!
Make it double.
You could call that double penetration. But anyway, that's probably the most interesting thing about the show because dear lord this is generic. This is the definition of mediocrity. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'll be able to watch this through. I mean, the only reason I am is because I enjoy the art style and it is pretty chill, but man, everything else is just there. I may only be able to take 3 episodes of this one. I'm surprised, but I'm also not, since the first season did end preparing for a season 2. But it's been a while, and if I didn't binge watch this before the season, I probably wouldn't have remembered much. This show is very strange because it doesn't do anything new, it doesn't do anything amazing besides maybe a few fight scenes, and yet there's something that keeps on dragging me back to it. As a reviewer, it's a little bit tough to talk about it. You can watch it and see for yourself. It is pretty generic, and I can't praise this show other than that the fight scenes look cool, but I still watch this all the way through because it has a certain charm to it that I just can't put my finger on. It's weird. Okay, maybe I just love old manga getting made into recent anime or something, because god damn did I fall in love with this. Instead of being a high school romance, it's an adult romance with the main MC who works part-time and is letting life pass him by. This is me if YouTube doesn't work out. He meets his old crush and a girl named Haru, and his life begins to change. But hold on, my fellow romance and slice of life lovers, we have a rare occasion of a character confessing his love in the first episode. Let's see how this works out.
ずっと前から言いたかったんだけど、俺お前が好きだ。
やっぱ友達じゃいられないかな。ごめん。
いいよ。
Ah, dang it, man. I felt an arrow go right through my heart on that one. Get him next time, champ. Haru's better anyway.
18 nigga!
Hey, Jashin Chan, you aren't supposed to drop all your episodes in one day. That's just not how anime does things. What are you, Netflix? The first OP is still a fun banger. The second OP is good too, but nothing can top the insane roller coaster ride that is the first Jashin Chan OP. Jashin Chan is a comedy series that sold enough to get a season 2 made of it. It uses a lot of reference humor and fourth wall breaks. While that humor usually doesn't work out for me, there is something charming about this show. You also got a fun cast of characters to fall in love with as well. Since all the episodes are out, it's an easy and fun binge. In a fantasy world, I'm getting really tired of saying that, we got this guy who just saw his village get massacred. Good start. Then this old guy comes and he wants him to become the new Prince of Darkness. Now there is a lot of plot convenience here, especially in that opening scene. It was one of the biggest just because moments I've ever seen. But hey, whatever it takes to get the show going, I guess. It don't look that bad, I'm giving it a shot. Honestly, the character design, that's the main reason. And the OP. You can't go wrong with the choir, ever. Well, I'm on the depression train and I am never going off. After the end of the first season, I am very excited to see how depressing the rest of the backstories are, because I have a feeling that this season will be way more depressing, but at the same time way more endearing, way more funny. If you haven't seen Fruits Baskets yet, then I cannot recommend you more to do so, because it has the best cast of characters in anime at the moment. The thing is that these characters all have super depressing backstories that have 1.5 or sometimes 2 episodes dedicated to them. I don't think a character like Momoji would be nearly as memorable if it wasn't for his tear-jerking backstory. And he's only a side character. Can you imagine how depressing the Yuki backstory is going to be, especially after Kyo's? They've been hinting at his backstory for the entirety of last season. I better be getting it this season. And don't even get me started with Toru, aka the best protagonist you will ever see. So in short, watch Fruits Baskets because it deserves all the love and praise it can get. Whoa, we have 2 cute girl shows this season? Sign me up. This show is about fishing. The manga actually doesn't like fishing at first and wants nothing to do with the club. A bit different than your typical cute girl slice of life show. It's got better animation than Tamayomi at least, so I'd say this is the cute girl show of the season. It's fun, and you may learn a thing or two about fishing. That's pretty much it. So here's another isekai. This one is a little bit more comedic though. Alright, black-haired guy falls from the sky in another world. What sets this Kyoto apart from the other Kyotos is that he has a really bad amnesia to the point he forgot how to talk. Therefore, this girl, who's also the best girl of the season by the way, has to teach him everything. Despite me being a little skeptical at first on how this would turn out, I have to say I enjoyed this way more than I thought I would. It mainly has to do with the cast of characters being as fun as they are. It has a sort of Konosuba type of vibe to it, which I can get with. Honestly, I don't know why either. Like, this would have banged in the 90s. With the style, the character design, the animation, pretty much everything reminded me of those kid animes we all watched as kids. Or in my case, pre-teens, since I wasn't born in the 90s. But for some reason, I absolutely loved this. It was just pure entertainment. Basically, the world is in love with this mobile game called Shadowverse. Hey look, that's the name of the show. It's pretty much virtual Hearthstone. I've seen some compare it to Yu-Gi-Oh! I never seen Yu-Gi-Oh! And I really don't care to watch it, so I did enjoy this. I have no idea why I did, but I did. Okay guys, tell me if you've heard this one before. A show about animals takes the anime world by storm in its first few episodes with a banger OP and is also stuck in Netflix jail. No, it's not fall 2019. So apparently anime is still trying to turn us into furries with BNA. A show about a girl who suddenly turned into an animal. She goes to Anima City, clever name, which is a city with only beast people in it. She meets this big wolf who beats people up and she joins up with him while also trying to figure out how she became a beast. The first 6 episodes were released and so far I think it's pretty great. Trigger's art and animation still sticks out and works well. The story was just starting to get good until it got cut off because episode 7 isn't being dropped, and the characters are also pretty great. The only thing holding the show back for me is the release schedule because goddamn this is stupid. By the way, episode 7 is being dropped in May. I'm still pretty mad about BNA, but something that helped cool my anger was a Polly Ran Man. We have a kid who is a genius when it comes to machines, but he's a bit of a problem when it comes to his personality, and a samurai accidentally joined him. This is a blend between JoJo's Bizarre Adventures and Dr. Stone. If that sounds good to you, you'll like the show. I love the art and the very out there character design of our main MC here. It was just a lot of fun and I'm hoping it continues. And of course, this is getting postponed because we can't have nice things in this world. You know, we get an interesting show and then everything else just goes back to shit. I hate everything. I think I found the hidden gem of this season. Honestly, this season did need a fun detective show, and so far, this is that. It's a pretty serious show, but it also has very comedic moments. I think the main duo is pretty good since Haru here hates Daisuke. At least the fangirls like him. And overall, it's just a really fun experience. Absolutely nothing can ruin this moment. God damn it, this season wouldn't be nearly as bad if shows I'm excited about weren't getting freaking postponed left and right. Jesus, Bang Dream, can you slow down? I haven't even finished season 3 yet. So this is a spin-off of the original series that features a boy band instead of a girl band. It's going to take a little bit for me to get used to that because I'm so used to seeing these scenes done by girls. For example, when the guy is looking at the stage and says he sees a sparkle basically, my mind immediately goes to a girl saying that line. Alright, look, it depends on how good the characters and the songs are. Ever since the CGI switch, those two things are what kept me interested in Bang Dream. And so far, this show doesn't have a Kokoro. So all I'm saying is that the songs better be bops. So, Lovers War decided to continue where it left off. If you've seen season 1, you know the episode structure by now, and it's nice to see the quality stay the same. What I mean by that is Lovers War has a weird way of adapting manga chapters, where they pretty much just adapt select random chapters and make them one whole episode. So basically, one episode is essentially a bunch of mini episodes. This makes it work because jokes don't drag on for the entirety of 20 minutes and are instead like 3 to 5 minute skits. So this may be one of my favorite shows of the season because I will praise Love is War until I'm in the grave. So if you somehow haven't seen this show, you need to do that right now. This is another detective show. It's okay. I really like the art style and the animation, but it has a pretty slow pace, which can put a few people off. Me personally, I can get with a slower pace. Sometimes it can be a little boring, but honestly, again, that's completely subjective. I will wait until another episode or two comes out to see if I like this or not, but for now, it's just okay. And finally, we have this, a short anime about a Greek painter getting transported in modern times. Honestly, it's not a bad show. The clay animation is a unique way of doing it, but it just isn't my thing. Like, the dude is a freaking statue. It's distracting to me. I don't like it. And considering it's the only short anime this season, I may just forget about it. And that's it. Spring 2020 had the potential to be great, but sadly, due to our circumstances, it just didn't happen. This does make summer 2020 a season to be excited for due to all the hyped up sequels. I still think this season was pretty good though. A lot of fun, exciting shows this season. As far as my top favorite shows go, it looks a little something like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.